Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. John Huey, and welcome to I Stand Corrected. It's our weekly podcast we have here, and I have a very special guest today. Her name is Nikole Wellman, and I'll give you some brief words about her in a second. So I want to thank everybody for coming to the show. We're doing this once a week, and we're looking for good information from not just physicians, but also outside the box, so to speak, and that's why we have Nikole with us today. So I've known Nikole for about a year and a half now. More than a year and a half. We met through the NPI group in Palm Harbor, which is an excellent organization, excellent group. If anybody's interested in getting more information, you can please contact me at my office, Tarpon Total Healthcare, located in beautiful downtown Tarpon Springs, and we'll talk about that. But it's a very good networking group, and obviously you meet wonderful professionals like Nikole and others as well that enable you to expand your business and help you save money when you're trying to do things like insurance, which is what I'm going through right now with Nikole. So Nikole has been in this area for, I'll tell you what, you tell your own story.
All right. Well, I have been in Florida for 10 years. I moved here with my family in 2013. Mm-hmm. I grew up in Michigan, but I lived most of my adult life in Virginia. That's where I raised my kids. I actually graduated from college there. And we'd always wanted to move to Florida, and in 2013 we had the opportunity.
Very good. How many kids do you have?
I have three.
Okay.
I have three kids, and then two, actually, I keep forgetting about new Luke. So I have three grandkids. Okay. So my newest one is very new.
Is his name New Luke, or it's just Luke?
So Lucas, he was born in February.
Okay.
So he's my youngest. So I have three grandkids: Magnolia, Ivy, and Luke. And three kids, so Mary's the oldest, and then Adam and Nathan, and they all live local here as well.
Well, that's very good. That's nice for you, and that's, especially as a grandmother, new grandmother. Yeah. You have them close by. That's good. Mm-hmm. And as far as your business acumen, your business history, give us a quick rundown on that.
Quick rundown on that. Nothing I say is ever quick, but I went to high school to teach high school history. Mm-hmm. I went to college to teach high school history.
But you know there's no future in history, right?
So funny.
My wife's favorite joke.
Yeah. But anyway, so to go to be in a room with kids that don't want to be there, I was like, I don't really like this as a profession. So I wanted to do something more. Insurance literally landed on my lap. I really wanted a job, number one, I could make some money, and then I wanted to be able to help people. It was important to me to do that, and with my education background, I'm able to do that with insurance. I think that sets me apart from other agents out there. Is I've got that education background. I educate my customers, like, this is what this means to you. This is what these coverages are and when you're going to need them. And I just help them so they can make an informed decision.
I think it's super important because it's such a fast-changing business, and the rules change every year, and the number of companies that are available change every month, it seems, in Florida, especially when it comes to homeowners insurance. But the same thing with auto. The rules are changing very, very quickly. They just changed some more rules in the past few weeks. So that's good that you're able to educate your clients.
And stay on top of it myself as well. So I started the insurance career in Virginia, and I was there for probably 3 years when I moved to Florida. And then it was a whole new game. I didn't even know what a wind mitigation was, you know. So I can relate to my snowbirds, my northerners that move into town. Totally can relate with them. So I moved to Florida in 2013, and I worked with a couple of agencies, and then I finally found my home with BrightWay, the Wilson agency, and we are in right downtown Safety Harbor, which is an awesome location, and we specialize in property and casualty, so we don't do health, but we can pretty much do everything else. So I can help everybody with commercial, auto, home. I can do life insurance, all the toys, boats, jet skis, RVs, things like that. Okay.
And you've been there how long, you said, with the BrightWay?
I've been with BrightWay for about a year and a half now.
Okay, good. Well, that's good. And it's going well, obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, about the same time you joined NPI.
No, I actually joined NPI before I switched insurance firms.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I do recall that. Well, that's good. So as far as what you personally enjoy doing, what your sweet spot is with respect to insurance, tell us what that is.
Interesting. So what do I enjoy doing? Probably auto is the easiest, right? But home insurance is really where I'm more comfortable with. I do a lot of it. So more of a home specialty agent. But I can do auto insurance and boats. I did a couple boat policies this morning as well. But when it comes to home insurance, it's really intricate and it takes a lot of time, and you really need to have somebody that is knowledgeable with all of the markets, and they know, if you have a water heater over 15 years or how old your roof, AC, there's different attributes that will make you qualify for some carriers and not so much others.
Mm-hmm. And if these things aren't up to date, it's going to cost you more money, or you won't get coverage, that kind of thing?
Right. So as you all know, the insurance market has changed significantly this past 2 years, and legislation is involved in trying to help the homeowners. Mm-hmm. But it started with the roofs. Roofs can't be over 15 years of age with a lot of carriers. Water heaters as well. Those are the two largest area of claims. So insurance companies are just trying to mitigate their losses and say, hey, a water heater life is 15 years. In Florida, a roof life is 15 years. So we need you to update those and get those changed.
I know that I'm going through that right now. Full disclosure, she's helping me getting new homeowners insurance, Nikole is, because my insurance has basically doubled in 3 years. Never a claim. I'm not on the water, on the lake, but not on the Gulf, and to me that's just insane. And I think an important aspect of that is also making sure you shop that around, because if you're in this with the same company for a long period of time, they're not going to show you any kind of discounts you may be able to be qualifying for. And it's a very good idea to get a new set of eyes, so to speak, on your policy and see if you got the right coverage, right amount. That's huge, apparently. And also, if you're paying way too much, which is what I'm going through right now. So just to briefly say, so someone like me, I had to jump through certain hoops to get some
home insurance, electrical panel,
just the appraisal, I guess, or just the bid, I should say. So what would someone have to do in order to get to come to see you and get a bid on insurance?
Okay, so a couple of things I want to say first. The first thing I tell customers, and even Dr. Huey when he called and mentioned his home insurance, don't take it personally. So we are in this crazy insurance market right now. Auto and home rates, they all increased. Mm-hmm. So definitely call me or your agent and talk to them about a couple of things. So always maintain your home. So always make sure that everything is in good working condition. Water heater, roof, AC, make sure that the lines from your water supply lines, for example, from the toilet to the wall are not leaking. Those are like the number one things that insurance companies will want you to change if they come out and do an inspection. So what are some of the things that you can do to keep your premium lower? So if you are getting a new roof, for sure, you may have to pay a little bit extra to bring that roof up to code, but you'll want to make sure that you have hurricane clips, right? Because that's going to give you the best discount. So you want to do that, and always be careful about assignment of benefits. That's something that I really want to mention, because a lot of people are saying, why is my premium so high? And that there's several different reasons that premiums have increased, and the assignment of benefits is one of them as well. And what that means is that if you have a claim, for example, and the contractor comes in and they say, just sign this document, I will take care of everything for you. That really means you're signing all of your claims rights over to that contractor. You've got some contractors that will do a great job, but you have some others that may take the money and run, or maybe may not do the job up to the standards of you or the insurance companies. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But if your premium increase, definitely give us a call. We'll take a look. We'll take a look at that for you. We always need inspections. So if you have inspections, have those handy. We'll ask you some personal information, your name, your birth date, the social security number. People don't like to share that, but we're very careful with what we do with that. But we look at insurance history, and it's a soft credit pull, but it's not a hard credit pull at all. But a lot of people are really very wary about giving me that information. Right. But we don't do anything.
For some reason, that's my favorite color and my favorite song. But that's different. So this assignment of benefits, that's kind of new to me. We have that in auto accident in that insurance realm. So you don't have to assign your benefits to a contractor. That's not necessary
No,
to you.
we don't want you to do that at all. And neither do the...
Did not know that.
Right. Neither do the home insurance companies. This is the thing. When you have a claim, call the home insurance companies immediately, your home insurance carrier. They will lead you in the right direction. They have preferred vendors that they work with, vetted contractors, if you will.
Which will help. Yeah, that save you the trouble of shopping it out and saying, all right. So one more thing before we move on to different insurance, the 4-point inspection, because I went through that and I don't even know what the 4 points are anymore.
Okay. Roof, electrical, AC, and plumbing.
Okay.
So roof, the electrical. So in a lot of situations, the people will have a recalled electrical panel. Like I think that's what's happening with yours, right?
Yeah, it wasn't recalled. It was just rusty.
I gotcha. Okay. So there's electrical panels just kind of need to be up to code and updated. Plumbing, and the AC. Yeah. Everything just needs to be in good working condition. No exposed wiring, not leaking, things like that.
Yeah, the only problem I had was my transfer switch for the generator was rusty, and apparently you can't just change the door on a transfer switch. You have to replace the whole darn thing. So that's still pending. So as soon as that's done, we're going to finalize that with the insurance, which I'm looking forward to. That's going to save me a lot of money because it's just crazy how much this went up. Just insane. And I think a lot of that is because Florida is carved out of the market with the rest of the United States. We're our own market for homeowners insurance, correct? Yeah. When I'm king, that's changing, by the way, just so you know.
Good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
So you want to keep me on your good side. All right, so with the... So that's the homeowners insurance. With auto, anything special there you want to tell our viewers?
Well, give me a call and I'll quote your auto insurance. So a couple things. So people always ask me again, why is my rate increasing? What can I do to lower my rate? So just a couple things. The things that auto insurance companies do look at would be your motor vehicle record. Have you had any tickets or accidents? How many claims have you had? The zip code matters, where you are. Is there are you in a busy area, or is there a lot of fraud in your area? The other things that they look at, how long do you drive, what time of the day do you drive, those types of things. Okay. But some of the other things that people can do outside of the box that maybe they don't think about is, number one, if you have a youthful driver, a teenage driver, high school driver, even a college driver, do they have a B or above average? Give me a call. We can put that good student discount on there. If they're away at school, perhaps the student is at college and they left the car at home. Freshmen usually can't take their cars. Let your insurance advisor know that. We can give that away at school discount. That'll save you some money. One of the other things that people don't like doing, but I recommend it sometimes, are the telematic discounts, right? The telematic discounts. So Progressive will have something called Snapshot, and Travelers is called IntelliDrive. So it's the monitoring.
Gotcha.
Yep, they'll monitor your driving. And people, don't want themselves being monitored. But you know what? You're monitored anyway. If you have a smartphone, right, you're being monitored. So, our society and insurance companies, for sure, they reward good behavior, right? So if you're a safe driver, get the telematics. It'll save you a lot of money. And it'll hold you accountable too.
What kind of percentage are you talking about there?
In a lot of cases, it's 25%.
Okay, yeah, that'd be worth it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of people I have the cameras in the cars, the front and back cameras. So you're right, everything's being monitored anyways. I'm monitoring myself. So
you might as well get a discount for it, and it's going to hold you accountable and your kids as well. Okay. It just gives them one extra reason to go slow.
Can those telematics, can they determine whether your car's on two wheels?
They can.
That never happens. That's never happened with me, just so you know.
I'm not driving with you in the car.
So. Well, that's news to me. I didn't realize there's such a good savings there. Mm-hmm. So other things I think we should touch on with respect to, people will come into my office because I do treat patients that have all kinds of injuries, obviously automotive car accident injuries as well. And when they come in, they always will talk to my insurance. People say, I have full coverage. And that is not necessarily what is full coverage? What should it mean? Let's put it that way. What should full coverage mean? You have the floor.
So I don't think we have enough time for this.
We're good.
So in your aspect, what you're referring to is the uninsured motorist coverage. So a lot of customers don't realize that, especially the Northerners coming in and other places that I've worked. Uninsured motorist is part of the policy. In Florida, it's a different line, and you can exclude it if you want to, or include it. I always include it. I really don't ever advise my customers to exclude uninsured motorist coverage. It is the only coverage really that is protecting you. So for example, if you're in an auto accident with someone who hits you, they're at fault and they either don't have any insurance at all or they don't have enough insurance to cover your medical bills. It's not just bodily injury. It's any other expenses that accrue because of this accident.
Right.
So it's not just medical.
Right.
But it protects you. So I recommend having at least your same policy limit. So for example, for you, I would have $250,000 bodily injury per person, $500 per incident. So I would definitely make sure that your uninsured motorist coverage is the same.
Okay. See, one of the reasons you're sitting here is because you tell your clients to get insurance. It is really sad when patients have injuries will require extensive care, sometimes even surgery, and there's no coverage because they thought that they had full coverage. And I've told my patients many times, if they have an insurance agent that sold them insurance without I said, fire them. Because that is a life-changing mistake, and if they're never offered that, well, they have to be offered that. They have to sign off on it, I think, initial it.
Yeah.
But if they're not sure what they're initialing, and they end up not having the and end up needing it, it's a life-changing mistake.
So it comes down to education, right? So I go over line by line item and tell my customers what these mean to them and when they would be able to use that particular line of coverage. So it is expensive. Auto rates are expensive in Florida, the highest in the nation. So if someone can't quite afford their limit to, their liability limit, then maybe we will go down a tier. So for example, if you can't, if I have your coverage at $250 per person, $500 per incident as your liability, maybe your uninsured motorist coverage, we might go down to like $100, $300 if we need to save some money. And everybody wants to save money, but it's super important to have. MedPay is often also left off policies, and that just covers any gaps. It's good to have that MedPay there. It covers any gaps, or it'll also help for like co-pays and things like that.
Well, that's huge. So, Nikole obviously has your best interest at heart when you're talking about getting insurance, because if there are gaps or there are shortcomings and there are things that haven't been taken into account, then you will suffer for that. And I think the idea of educating your clients with your educational background is, you come by it naturally. I've heard her speak at different venues and at different events, and she's a natural explaining this to people. And I think when you see her one-on-one, when you decide to make her your agent, you're going to feel just as comfortable as I did and as I do currently. With the change in, jump back to homeowners insurance, there are always changes. The companies are dropping out, facing bankruptcy, and the state, I think, intervenes in some cases. Which companies have recently fallen by the wayside, and what do you suggest for people to do?
Okay, that's a really good question. So last year we had, I think, 7 insurance companies go insolvent
in 1 year.
They closed,
Wow.
So we were busy. They closed. They went insolvent. And when they do, FIGA, the Florida Insurance Guaranteed Association, jumps in and they'll help mitigate some of those risks and loss and help refund the customers the money. So this is the season. So we'll probably hear 1 or 2 more this year that will go insolvent. It's the season for reinsurance. Reinsurance is when insurance companies get insurance, and if they can't, maybe their financials don't look well, the insurance companies aren't going to want to insure the insurance. Reinsurers aren't going to want to insure the insurance companies. So we may hear some. So don't wait. That's the thing. If you're one of my clients, we're going to have a list and we're going to call you immediately and say, hey, this is the case and we're going to help you out. We're going to remarket your policy. But if you do hear that your carrier is going insolvent, immediately call your agent or call BrightWay, the Wilson agency, and we will we'll get the ball rolling. So in a lot of cases, you need inspections, right? And so does everybody else. Right. So you don't want to wait to the last minute, because it's going to take us a minute to get your home quoted. It's going to take a minute for you to get the proper inspections so we can give you a quick and accurate quote and get a policy in place. Right,
because it can't be done overnight. Trust me, it takes a little time. Well, that's important to know, because people out there that are listening are going to face the loss of homeowners insurance. If this is the season or this is the month probably where the reinsurers are going to drop the smaller companies that aren't financially stable enough for them to insure them, then you're going to be making a call to Nikole at BrightWay Insurance, that's for sure. Now, just to make sure to let them know, there are different BrightWay branches, but you are it's the Wilson agency.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, just make that clear for everybody.
Well, BrightWay is an awesome company in general, right? And we have many carriers to choose from, and so that's why agencies choose BrightWay, because it's a great company. So they're all individually owned and operated, and Jessica and Rick Wilson own our agency in Safety Harbor, and I work for Jessica. I'm a producer there. So just look up BrightWay, the Wilson Agency. Take a look at the link that they'll provide for you on this podcast and give us a call.
I've met Jessica personally. I don't think I met her husband. I met Jessica, wonderful woman, very professional. So I can see why you found a home there. That's really good. We've got some more time here. I want to ask you another question regarding umbrella policies. Okay. So those are policies that help you out for what issues, basically. Okay. So
this is you. Umbrella policy is literally an umbrella, right?
Keeps me dry.
It's going to
keeps the sun off of me.
Yeah, it is. It's going to protect you. It's going to protect your assets so other people don't take your assets. Okay. If you don't protect your assets, someone will take them, right? So an umbrella policy is the liability policy that covers all of your assets, everything that you own personally. So all your houses, all of your cars, all of your drivers. Even if you have youthful drivers and they get in an accident, someone sues you, you're going to have this $1 million or $2 million coverage. So you definitely want to make sure your assets are covered. We can take a look at that for you. Yeah.
And that also is your homeowners, your auto, any eventuality that when something goes wrong, very wrong, then you're covered. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Yes. All right. So we know you're down in downtown Safety Harbor. I've been to our office. Great location. A lot of nice place to eat there, which is also good. And tell us what else is happening. You've got some events. You've got some things on Thursday you were talking about that you made a little note on regarding the... so tell us about that.
The first Thursday of every month, we do a pitch fest. I think it's called Thursdays in the Harbor.
That's pitch with a P. Correct?
Pitch Fest,
yeah. Very good.
So we invite all the local realtors to come to BrightWay, the Wilson Agency, downtown Safety Harbor. Come and share some of your listings with us and help other realtors. So we do it the first Thursday of every month. We're actually having it this Thursday, which is going to be May 4th. I think May the 4th be with you.
Okay.
So come down.
John will appreciate that in the control room right now.
So the Thursdays in the harbor, always. We often do, if there is a First Friday in Safety Harbor, if you're in town, we usually try to open up our doors. So come on in and get our drink with us and maybe get out of the heat into the air conditioning and come visit us. Yeah.
So that Pitch Fest is basically a mastermind for realtors to see if they can help each other out. Yes. That's smart. We're also having, just to plug my own business, we're having the BYOB, which is, I think, the third Tuesday. It's not bring your own bottle. It is build your own business, which is a wonderful event that we have at Tarpon Total Healthcare at 400 East Tarpon Avenue in beautiful downtown Tarpon Springs, where it is basically free of charge. You come in and just start to meet and greet. So at an event like that, for example, you can meet Nikole, and who often shows up at the BYOBs, and ask her questions, get to know her, as I have, and obviously it's to my advantage to have done so, and I think it'll be an advantage to you as well. So that's the one event there. Again, just to talk about the NPI, because that's a wonderful group. Tell me what you like about NPI.
That we're all like-minded people, and we're there to help each other grow their businesses. So definitely, if you're looking for a home, if you're looking to try to grow your business, come to the Palm Harbor NPI. Okay. We're there to make some money, and I've made a lot of money there, and we get a lot of referrals back and forth. So it's a great...
She smiles quite well when she talks about making money, which is what it's for. I mean, it's a business meeting, and I think what I really enjoy about it is that the individuals that are allowed to become members in the group, they're vetted. Which means they're good at what they do. They're good at responding to the members in the group and also the potential customers to whom they receive referrals. So that's a wonderful bonus about those groups. Other groups as well, just NPI happens to be the one that has the best closing rate of 64.6%. or 65.6%. I think I memorized it at the last meeting. No, it is a close rate on the referrals, which is wonderful. And I think that, that's how we met, and I'm glad we did. Mm-hmm. So we're doing well for time here. Any other events you want to talk about? Any other goings on for BrightWay, the Wilson Agency? Okay. Nothing else?
I'm thinking.
And my notes here. Yeah, I am. No, so we're talking about special events. And well, in that case, how do people get a hold of you?
So the best way is to give us a call. Call me directly. Do you want me to give you my phone number?
Absolutely.
Put it on the website. It'll be on the website. You can give me a call directly, 727-316-5037. My email address is my name, but it's spelled with a K.
Yes.
Right?
Nikole with a K.
And
no E.
A lot of people make mistakes on that. So it's Nikole, Nikole.
Oh, there's, sorry.
With an E, yeah. Nikole, Nikole .Wellman, just like it sounds, WELLMAN, @brightway.com. Just give me a call or send me an email, and we'll get the ball rolling.
All right, very good. I think now you know a lot more about Nikole and how professional she is, and what she can do with you with respect to your insurance, homeowners, auto policies, and umbrella policies, because all these things in Florida are extremely important. And with the hurricane season just around the corner, I think it's worth checking out your policy and making sure it's up to date. And if not, change it. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you have any questions with respect to what happens at Tarpon Total Healthcare, you can look us up on the website at tthc.net or tarpontotalhealthcare.com, but tthc.net is easier. And phone number there is 727-934-0844. I think that we're going to enjoy doing these weekly podcasts, getting professionals in here that you might not necessarily expect to be sitting at the desk beside us, but nonetheless, you'll get a lot of information, and you'll benefit from the time you spend here, as I think I benefited today as well. So if there's anything else you want to say, let's say it. If not, I want to thank everybody else for showing up, and we'll see you next week. You take care.